I thought I'd struck gold recently when I went to a flea market and found a stall that had guitars and audio things, and there was a box marked everything $10. In that box was this Shure SM57 microphone, which I know normally costs around $100 brand new. But this is not a Shure SM57, it's a pretty well constructed fake. If I gave you this when you asked me for an SM57 to mic up your guitar cab, most people would not take a second look. But in this video, I'm going to show you just exactly how fake this is. And once you see the differences between this and a real SM57, you are hopefully never going to make the same mistake that I made and purchase a fake microphone. First thing, cosmetic differences. Just with looking at it for about 10 minutes, I found 16 cosmetic differences. Let's look at them. Fake on the left, real one on the right. The grill first. The grill on the fake one is silver in color, whereas the real one is more dark gray. And it has this kind of crater that you can sort of fit your finger in on the real one. The fake one is flat, straight across. Very, very different. One of the biggest tests that you can do on an SM57 microphone is to rotate this plastic bit, which on a real one rotates freely and easily and will not break the mic. On the fake one, it doesn't turn at all. In fact, it does turn, but you'll notice, and this is how I found out the mic was fake, that when you turn it, the internal part moves also. And that is not the case with a real 57. Okay, so fake one, real one. Let's look at the piece of plastic in between the sticker and the opening of the grill. That, just there, is far thicker than it is on a real one. Kind of hard to show, but if I put them side by side, maybe like that, you can see that it is definitely smaller on the genuine SM57. Let's talk about the sticker. If I put that alone, the sticker doesn't look too bad, and generally this mic doesn't look too bad at all. But when you put it next to a real one, you can see the sticker's slightly too big, slightly too shiny, and the Shure logo is very different. So it just looks better quality on the real Shure, and that's because it is better quality. There's also a gap just here in the plastic, just there. On the fake one, it doesn't exist because it's not there. Moving down, just here, you can kind of see some gold through that grill just there. And you can't see it on the fake one because that gold isn't there, or at least the grill is too tight. One of those two eventualities. And finally, the most obvious thing for the cosmetics of the body is that this real one is dark grey black, and the fake one is more sort of bluish hue, more sort of silvery and more shiny. So that should be enough already to show you that this one is a fake. However, there's a dead giveaway when you look at the pins. Again, fake one on the left, real one on the right. You'll see immediately that this fake has gold pins and the real one has silver pins. You might also see, if you look a little closer, this silver rectangle on the real one is thicker and longer than the silver rectangle just there. I think it's some kind of clip inside. You'll also see that this fake is entirely flat on the chassis of the mic, whereas this one has a kind of groove on the inside. And the differences don't stop there. So even though this was super convincing at a flea market, the more I look at it, the more obvious it is not a real Shure. Let's open it up and have a look inside. So unscrewing the fake, let's put that down just there, and let's be a little bit more careful with the real one. But I did rip one of the wires off earlier when testing for this video. You'll see this bolt here is very different from this one in the sense that that one is longer than that one. And I have tested this against more than one real 57, and that seems to be uniform. Also, there's a washer here. There's no washer there. Look a little closer, we've got a plus sign on this bit of plastic just here. There's no plus sign or marking like that on the fake one. And this one has some kind of stamp, I guess by the person who inspected the mic. This one has no such stamp. And then looking on the inside of this part, there is less goopy stuff on the fake. So that goopy stuff holds the transformer in place and I think deals with handling noise or something. It looks like hot glue and there's not much in there at all, whereas this real Shure and the other ones I've looked at are almost completely full up to that transformer with goop. Now, just a little disclaimer. The Shure SM57's been around for about 60 years at this point, which means that there have obviously been changes in the design and changes in factory and maybe other changes in those 60 years. This, I know for a fact, is 100% genuine. If you have a mic that you believe to be genuine, but is slightly different to my 100% genuine one, it doesn't mean yours is fake. It just means that it might be from a different year or something slightly different that Shure did. However, if yours so far is more like this one than this one, you should really get it checked by a professional because the chances are you have a fake on your hands. But don't worry, there are more differences than just purely cosmetic differences. So if you think you might have a fake, then continue watching because I'm going to show you other ways to determine which one's the real one. Okay, we're going to measure them because when I first put this fake into the Shure mic holder, I noticed that it went in slightly differently from the other one. So look at this gap just here. And now look at the real one. It barely goes through to the back. So that's me pushing it. It's stuck there. I could push it further, but it's stuck there nicely. That one, with about the same amount of force, goes through further. So it was clear to me that these two mics were definitely not the same. So again, fake on the left, real one on the right. Let's measure them. I think the real one is thicker than the fake one. I'm in millimeters. Let's zero it. Come on, 0, 0. There we go. Now let's do this top bit. That measures at 31.41 millimeters. Now when I put that up against the other one, it rattles. And if I push that in there, it's 31.18. Show that to the camera. 31.09, roughly. There we go. The point is it's smaller. If I put that in there and then try to put the real one in there, it doesn't fit. That is definitely bigger at that point. Let's try down here. So right at the bottom, we've got 23.10. And then on the fake one, we've got almost exactly 23. 23.01. Now, I think if you've been playing guitar for long enough and you've played on stages or you've recorded with them or you're a sound engineer, you would have held a real SM57 hundreds, if not thousands of times. So when you put them, one in one hand, fake in this hand, real one in that hand, I think you'll notice that there is a significant weight difference. So this is the fake one. That is coming in at 200 grams. The real one comes in at 300 grams. Let's put it in pounds for you Americans. Is that 10 ounces? And that is 6. So the fake is not only smaller than the real one, it's also lighter. But maybe you're still not convinced. Maybe you still think that I have a genuine SM57 that I got for 10 bucks that just looks a bit shonky. Well, the obvious thing is to repair it, so I'll get the soldering iron out and mic up that amp and find out if it sounds the same as this definitely real Shure SM57. I don't think it will, but let's find out. Did you get it? It was about halfway through and the sound suddenly got a lot brighter, a lot tinnier, lost a little bit of bass, and also there was a lot of hiss introduced, even though I didn't change the gain on the audio interface at all. It's exactly the same settings, exactly the same mic placements, but there was a difference. Right, okay, I think it's going to be easier to test with a distortion pedal. So let's play a riff through the Magus Pro from TC Electronic, a rat style pedal. This time I'll put A and B on the screen and tell me if A is the real mic or if A is the fake mic. So, It's a lot easier when you introduce some gain because the fake, this one, is losing all of its bottom end and becoming real nasally and nasty. And maybe with a bit of different placement of the mic, you could get a better sound because this is still a microphone. It may be a fake SM57, but it is a functioning mic. So if I had to use one of these, I probably could get a better sound out of it. But it doesn't sound anything like a real SM57. Let's put some super high gain through it. Let's put a riff through this, the pentatone from Ibanez, which is a beast. Again, for this one, A and B will be written on screen, and after this sound sample, I'll tell you if A is the real one or if A is the fake one. In case you didn't get it, mic A was the real one and mic B was the fake one. The fake one sounds absolutely zero like a real SM57, and I also kind of played a trick on you because when it said mic A on screen, I actually switched between two different SM57s during the A sample. Whenever it was B, it was the fake mic, but during the A sample, I switched out one real 57 for another 57. That's how similar these mics sound to each other, and that's how very different this one is. Did you get all three right? Are you brave enough to let me know in the comments section? Go on, give it a go. It's a safe space here. Right, some buying advice for you. There's a pun coming, and that's your warning. Ready? If you want to ensure that the SM57 you buy is genuine and not fake, then just buy from an official authorized retailer, such as the ones in my video description. I've linked there for you. However, if one comes up for sale near you and it's at a good price and you want to make sure that it's not fake, here are the three minimal things you should be doing to test that mic. Number one, twist that head. If that head spins around, it indicates a real Shure microphone. Number two, it should be weighty. There's a fair bit of weight to an SM57, and the fake is 1/3 lighter, so a light mic is a good indicator that it's fake. And finally, those pins in the socket should be silver, not gold. I hope that helped, and if it did, consider leaving a thumbs up on the video so more people get to see it. That's the end of the video, which means you've reached the end of the video club and to prove that you are a member of this prestigious elite. When you leave a comment down below telling me all your stories of the SM57 and potential fakes, that one, please also include the phrase, "Stop selling fakes, you fake." And that'll let me know that you watched this part, and it's fairly humorous, I guess. Right, that is another video from me. That is also another video from me, and that is a subscribe button. I've asked you to do lots in this video, so do at least one of them. Tick it off your list. My name's Andy, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.